So in our previous video, we had seen that what are the mechanisms of triggering. In this video, we'll see that how the SR latch works. Now you can see here there are two figures I have shown. One figure used gate is the NOR gate. Another figure there is a NAND gate is used. So before we go to the explanation of the gate, we need to understand the property of the NOR gate. Specifically, it is important. So now you see this is the table here you see is a NOR gate table, and as the NOR gate suggests, if both the inputs are equals to 0, then the output is 1, and if any of the input is 0 or 1, then it depends on what is the other input. Okay, if any of the input is 0, if the inputs are different, then actually it will be depending on the other input. We can also say this in other way, that if you look at this condition, okay, when both the inputs are equals to 0, then the output here depends on what is the other input. If other input is 0, output is 1. If the other input is 1, then the output is 0. So if one of the input to the NOR gate is fixed at a value of 0, then the output will depend on what is the value of the other input. Now if one of the input of the NOR gate is equals to 1, one of the input of the NOR gate is equals to 1. If this is the condition, then irrespective of the other input, the output is going to be 0 always. So this is what the concept to be used while explaining the SR latch. So what we have seen, if one of the input is equals to 0, then the output depends on what is the other input. If one of the input is equals to 1, then the output is always equals to 0 irrespective of the other input whatever it is. Now let us try to explain this condition in set reset latch. So let us take a scenario where s value is equals to, let's say, 0 and r value is equals to 1. So let's take this condition here. If set equals to 0, we call this as set and reset latch, that because depending on the input the output is set or reset. Now, before we proceed to explanation of this, so one thing you need to notice in a latch or flip-flop that we are going to learn in future videos. So there will be two outputs. One is Q and one is Q complement. So always there will be two outputs. One is Q and one is Q complement, and depending on the requirement, any of the output can be used. But a flip-flop output is valid only if Q and Q bar will give different output or complemented output. Now let us think of the scenario. If one of the input is set, I have kept the values s equals to 0. That means one of the input to this NOR gate, so this below NOR gate is equals to 0. Okay. So if it is equals to 0, then it depends on what is this input. Okay, it depends on what is this input means whether y equals to 0 or 1. So that means the previous output whatever has happened, what was the value, it is 0 or 1. Now depending on this we will be getting a value here. So here we cannot really say that making the one of the input 0, can I control that or not. But after 1 what will come, after 0 1 will come. Now let's say the value is equals to 1. So if the value is equals to 1, instead of 0 I will be writing here 1. Okay, so if the value is equals to 1, in this case what will happen? Now see, this is the scenario. One of the input of the NOR gate is equals to 1. In that case the output is going to be 0. Whatever the other input value, that doesn't matter. Now that means previously the value of Q was 0 or 1. So this is given as input, that doesn't matter. The output is going to be constant and that is equals to 0. So that is what we will get. Okay. Now if this 0 is the input, now this input will go to input as the other one. Now if the s value is equal to fix as 1, so this value is going to be fixed at 0, and here the 0 will be appearing. Okay. Now here if 0 is appearing, then what will be the other input? So depending on 1, if in other input is 1, the value will be 0. If the other input is 0, then the value will be 1. So depending on this is the condition, but here we are looking at a condition where s equals to 1, where s equals to 1 and r equals to 0. Let's say both are different. S value is equals to 1 and R value equals to 0. So here if I keep R value is equals to 0, let's say, so what will happen if R is equals to 0 and other input is also 0, because S equals to 1, so from here it is 0. So 0 and 0. So 0 0 will make the output equals to 1. So in this case the output will be equals to 1. Now you see here the output is 0 and here the output is 1. Okay. Now the value of Q is equals to 1. So we call that as set. This is the set condition if the value is equals to 1. Now let us take another scenario when I remove this input, or S equals to 1 was there, I will make S equals to 0 and R will remain as 0. I will not change the value of R. So here if I change the value of S equals to 0, if now the value is equals to 0, now previously I have the value that is 1 and here it is 0, previous value is there. Now one of the input I have made it 0 and because of the previous action the value was 1, so now here it is 1. So 1 0 input will give you output as 0. So again the 0 output will stay here, no problem in that. So 0 will be given again to the other gate and here 0 is there and the input is 0. This is the condition I am talking about. So now 0 0 is the input. So if 0 0 is the input, output will be 1. So here the output is 1. So what we have seen, so the previous value was 1 and the next value after I make S equals to 0, next value is also equals to 1. For this one the next value is also equals to 0. So basically there is no output has not changed even if I have removed the input. Okay, in that case it is called as memory state. When S equals to 0 and R equals to 0, it behaves as a memory. So and this is also called as a set condition. Now let us see the other condition. So what is the other condition? Let us take a condition where S equals to 0 and R equals to 1. So with this condition let us say, so R value is equals to 1 and S value is equals to 0 is fixed here. So the input here will be 0 and the input here will be 1. Now we will look at this NOR gate. If one of the input is equals to 1, other one is 0 or 1, that doesn't matter, output is going to be 0. So here the output will be 0. Now this value will be fixed here. Fine. So once this value is fixed here, now this 0 will come input to the other one because input becomes 0 and 0. So if 0 and 0, then the output will be equals to 1. So in the first condition, let me write here, the output is equals to 1. You can say it is a complemented version also you will get. Fine. So here we say the output is reset state. 0 means reset. It is reset state. Okay, now let's see the scenario. S equals to 0 and the input R is also removed. It is being made 0. So if input R equals to 0, now here I'll change this value to 0. But because of the previous action, what is this value? Q dash is 1. So now 1 is available of the input. Fine, because of the previous output we got. Now if 1 is the output, again it will come to this condition. If one of the input is equals to 1, then the output is going to be 0. So whatever the value here, 0 doesn't matter. If one of the input is 1, then the output is going to be 0 again. So 0 was first, then again it will stay at 0. Now if this is 0, so this 0 will be given here because this is not going to change. So again 0 and 0. So 0 and 0 will give you 1. So the next value also here will be 1. So what we have seen, initially the value was 0 1. Now also the value is 0 1. So by removing the input R also, it behaves as a memory. So this condition is called as a memory or no change. In some places you will find it will be written as no change. So what we have understood? So S equals to 0, R equals to 1 makes the latch as reset latch. That means the Q value is equals to 0, and if S equals to 1 and R equals to 0, the earlier case we discussed, it will be set state. So there are two states, set and reset. Other state we have seen is S equals to 0 and R equals to 0. Only one more scenario is missing. So that is if S equals to 1 and R equals to 1, if both equals to 1. So here I will give 1 and here I will give 1. So if one of the input to the OR gate is equals to 1, then the output becomes 0. Here also it becomes 0, but this is a invalid condition. So this condition is never used. Both cannot be zero. This is a invalid condition which is never used in latch or flip flop. So this is about explaining how the NOR latch works. In the next video, we will see how this NAND gate latch also works. So that also we'll see, but that will be in the next video. Thank you.